Welcome back, crew, to our continuing Let's Play of Caribbean Legend Age of Pirates. Before we jump back into it, we're going to be doing quite a bit today. First up, we are going to be going over the Chapter 3 of the 2.0 update information. We pull that up real quick. Here we go. All right. So we've got the info here. Apparently there was a closed alpha for the patch, and it's going live on August 23rd, which is today. We'll be notified in their alpha Discord channel. I'm guessing maybe you would have had to have been like an early supporter or somebody who was involved maybe through the Patreon to have access to the alpha. But that's okay. We're waiting for the full release, guys. We're going to play through this thing fully once it's released. And so let's see here. What do we got for new info? The last time they covered the foundations of the new economy, the hidden penalty on stolen goods is gone. The commerce skill only improves when you buy low and sell high. Piracy does not level it. So, while saying piracy does not level commerce skill, they're not saying that piracy is, kind of negated as being something viable or important. Colonies will only pay a fair price for large shipments from trusted trading partners. So there's a lot more balance to where you can't just go and unload everything. So the whole idea of, so one of the most common things for getting money right now is just doing gold runs, where you just go and you gather all the gold from the export settlements, you bring it to the import ones like Bermuda or Santiago, and you just dump it all in one place. Well, that's not going to work. That's important to a balanced economy. Become one, you'll need to level up a colony by trading there regularly, improving your relations with its nation, and developing the right skills. So this suggests to me that not only is there the nation relations involved in it, but there's also colony-specific relations now. Seems like that from the whole aspect of the introduction of the business development as well. That now commerce is going to have an effect based off of your relation with specific colonies. You can also build that standing by sailing merchant ships, opening deposits, and taking out loans at local banks. So there's multiple ways to do it, so you don't have to just be a trader. You can do things like taking out loans, opening deposits, so depositing money, taking out money, keeping ships in local berths, and building businesses. So you could just dock a ship in a base and build up your relations with them that way. You don't have to be, trading to do it. Businesses are a new gameplay system that lets you build a trading empire that works for you and leaves a mark on the game world, which is pretty cool. I am very much looking forward to that. That was only the first half of the new economy. Today we are covering the second. Ooh. Some FAQ stuff going over here. We play the game for piracy. Will the new economy kill off selling loot? Nope. They removed the penalty for stolen goods, so you don't get like that 1/3 the value anymore. You're going to get more than that. So piracy will become more profitable. It's just you have to choose between dumping everything at once in one or two favorite colonies or spread the spoils across the region. Because you're still going to want to build relations with colonies to get the better prices. So you either intentionally pick a couple of spots to drop off your stolen goods at, or you can spread it across. Is Caribbean Legend turning into an economy sim? No, but it's always been a part of the game that's definitely needed improvement. I've always thought that. When starting a new game, you'll be able to choose the economy difficulty. If you want, you can keep playing much like before without digging into every new system. Yeah, it's just more to the game. It's just adding. Will all this mean more busy work and grind? No, it's just more mechanics. Businesses require some attention. Trade routes are dynamic, and you can overload a colony's market by suddenly dumping 2,000 units of mahogany on it. That may sound complicated, but the game is still about piracy, naval battles, quests, and treasure hunting. Now it's also about trade. Yeah, so it's always been like a main aspect of the game. It's just never been that interesting to engage in. It's more of just you figure out whatever the high value trade routes are, and those are the only trade routes that you then engage with the entire rest of the time you're playing. Once you figure out high value trade routes, there's no more interest in trade in the game. There's nothing to continue to improve or work on or anything like that. There's no influence that you have over it. It doesn't matter how many times you gold run. If you do it once a month, you have no effect on the economy. You just keep making money. Dig into the system, you'll gain a huge advantage, ignore it, and you will not miss much. What will happen to smugglers and pirate settlements? Pirate settlements have their own counterpart to the turnover limit, tied to the overall strength of the Brotherhood of the Coast and increasing as the game progresses. Ooh. They have their own counterpoint to the turnover limit. Smugglers, meanwhile, will take on a broader role and become an early game source of strategic goods, making ship upgrades more accessible. Okay. So smugglers will become your early game source of strategic goods. Why doesn't commerce level up selling stolen goods? Yeah, so that way you're not just only getting strategic goods built up for the late game to upgrade your end game ships, and that's it. You can actually upgrade ships earlier on then, potentially, and make use of that. Why doesn't commerce skill level up from selling stolen goods? Selling loot and actually trading are still different activities. Piracy already develops almost the entire skill set, from navigation and gunnery to melee combat and streetwise. We want different playstyles to shape different characters instead of leading everyone toward the same universal build. A lot of players found this decision controversial, so we decided to compromise. We will not remove commerce XP from selling prize goods entirely. We will simply reduce it sharply. So they're compromising because they got some backlash on the idea. I kind of like it because, as they're saying, like piracy, you're still developing, navigation, gunnery, combat, melee combat, streetwise for piracy. You didn't need to upgrade commerce as well, like just get everything from doing one activity. But now they're like, all right, we'll let you have a little bit of XP. It just won't level up anywhere near as much as people who are engaged in the trading actively. So, budget screen. Previously, you had to grind out millions of pesos in advance, just so you would stop worrying about ship upkeep while questing or enjoying free play. Not anymore. Nice. That was definitely one of the concerns. I mean, that's one of the things I had to do while we were playing Age of Pirates here, is I intentionally banked up, what is it? I've got 22 million pesos sitting in banks right now. So that way, once I got to this massive fleet part, which I'm already down like 3 mil since I've started sailing around with it again, so that it doesn't just destroy your ability to afford it. Blade Mountain Blade, we have something similar now, only bigger. By the 17th century, banking, bills of exchange, and trading companies were already well established. A respectable sea wolf should not have to haul a mountain of silver around in their pockets. He will no longer need to show up in person to pay every berth fee or collect interest on every deposit. Ooh, I like this. So that way you can still deposit in banks, but you don't actually have to go there to get the monthly withdrawal if you want to collect the, the income from it. It's going to simplify the idea of your funds, of your money on hand, I think. Let's see what happens. Monthly wages. Alonzo drops by you with a thick bundle of ledgers in hand and says it's time to tally up income and expenses. Income and expenses are currently balanced, but there is little spare money. Overall, the situation is stable. Income, deposits, expenses, upkeep, ships and storage, debts, taxes. I'm assuming debts and taxes have to do with the business side, and then enterprises would be the income from your businesses. So total would be -2,000, then you pay. So you can pay all, You can pay crew only, or you can refuse to pay. At the end of each month, the game will settle your recurring income and expenses. Yeah, that's actually really cool. How you doing today, or the real Mr. High Off Music? At the end of each month, the game will settle your recurring income and expenses, businesses, deposits, quest dividends, taxes, crew upkeep, and so on. If the month closes in the black, everything is simple. You receive the difference and go spend your honestly earned pesos. If the balance ends up in the red, you can cover the entire bill from your personal funds, or pay the crew first and leave the rest hanging, or pay nothing at all. The world will not end, your ship will not sink, the crew will not mutiny, at least not that same day. Debt is only a problem if you are poor. So you could technically, you could end up in the red like this. You could just do pay crew only to pay them off, ignore the other expenses initially. But if you go to like those businesses or stuff, you probably end up having to pay them at that time then. Let's see. The debts themselves, however, are not going anywhere. They roll over into the next month and gradually start to bite. Eventually, the consequences will arrive through cities, nations, and the people you owe. So that's probably where bounty hunters and stuff will come into play. You'll get bounties on you from settlements or from nations if you're not paying your debts, I bet. And also, when it comes to running businesses and stuff, if you run out of funds, the businesses don't necessarily like just completely like go away, but they will shut down production until you pay off the debts, basically, I'm thinking. Let's see. But there is a pleasant side to all this as well. Invested capital starts working for you right before your eyes. A successful raid on a merchant convoy, a good loan, a valuable treasure. Open a couple of bank deposits, build a bakery, and suddenly a substantial part of your ship's expenses is already covered by income on shore. Your success at sea now stays with you for good. A personal trading empire can bankroll an entire fleet of heavy ships, and all of it leaves a mark on the game world. Ooh, okay. This looks cool. Trade routes. The old trade map was static. There was very little to discover. Coffee was always bought and sold in the same places. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Where basically once you found the good trade routes, that was it. You were done engaging with the whole trading mechanics. You would just run that same route over and over again. End of it. In 2.0, every new game will give the Caribbean one of several economy variants. Each changes how imports and exports are distributed between economies. The same good may be a staple of local production in one playthrough, and something the colony is eager to import in another. Each variant is handcrafted to preserve the logic of the world. Bluewells will not suddenly lose its mahogany plantations, but it may gain competitors. Okay, so it's still going to be based off like the idea of realism in like what the production would likely be for like a certain strategic goods, but it's where there's variation, it's going to allow for it to be changed each playthrough. Each version still has a proper economic structure, producing regions, markets, intermediate ports, short routes, and long ones. Random element decides which version of the world you get. It does not simply shuffle goods between shops. Neighboring settlements no longer have to share the same economic life either. St. Pierre and La Francis are on the same island, but they are two separate markets and their specializations may differ. That's nice because there's definitely like some of them where like it would be this very similar resources in each of them. The chosen variant is fixed for the entire playthrough. Gather rumors, discover new colonies, and the picture will gradually come together. And do not worry, the game will remember the information for you, so there will be no need to memorize trade tables. We now have a new tab in the character menu for exactly this purpose. All right, this is cool. Think of it as your own Caribbean filing cabinet. We want knowledge of the Caribbean to have real value. After a few dozen hours, the colony list should no longer look like a collection of identical shops, but like a familiar map. This is a good market. Your business is running over there. You should probably stay away from that place for now. And these people are very interested in rum. So, what we're looking at here is the new colonies tab. Explored colonies 5 out of 23. So you get like nice like information out of them. I'll have to learn what these are. Hopefully they'll tell us here. So like Basse Terre explored by you on October 1654. Governor, Port Threat, Prosperity, Plunder. Overview, Business, Ship Berth, Usurer, or Banker. French trading and military center of Guadeloupe. After the Spanish abandoned their attempt to establish themselves in the island, the French built a wealthy colony here, gradually displacing and weakening the local Caribs. Its exports, its imports. You are adored in this colony, and each arrival of your ships is eagerly awaited. Nice. Okay. So basically, that's showing you've built a good reputation with Basse Terre. Simple terms: discover a colony, unlock its card. The card records import and export data. So you don't have to like in the shop tab, you don't have to constantly like scroll through the list to figure out like what each colony imports, exports. You can kind of just look at these cards to get a quick idea. Level up the colony through deposits, ship berths, businesses, and trades. The card fills out and becomes richer. A list of your favorite colonies gradually takes shape, and a filter keeping them pinned to the top. The left side shows every colony you have already discovered at a glance. You can see who controls the city, your local trade reputation, and whether you own a business. And not just whether one exists. The list also shows whether it is operating, idle, losing money, or doing suspiciously well. What could that mean? Undiscovered colonies do not appear in the list. The colony card itself contains the essentials: governor, fort condition, yeah. So I'm thinking description of the colony, trade, place in the economy, what produces and which goods, yeah. Instead of thinking, I'm pretty sure sugar was an export somewhere around here, you can open the city you need and restore the whole picture in seconds. The date of your first visit is recorded as well. Small detail. But I like the idea that gradually explored archipelago leaves a trace somewhere other than the player's memory. Below are practical tabs for your business, ship berth, and bank. Everything you own or maintain in a particular colony and now lives inside its card. So to sum up the new economy in 2.0, the hidden penalty on stolen goods is gone. Goods now remember their provenance. The commerce skill only improves when you buy low and sell high. Piracy levels it very slowly unless you are playing a rogue. So there is a character class specifically for doing piracy where you can still level commerce skill decently quickly. Colonies will only pay a fair price for large shipments from trusted trading partners. So if you want to do large trades with specific colonies, you need to build up their trust with you first. Become one, you'll need to level up a colony by trading there regularly, improving your relations with its nation, and developing the right skills. You can also build that standing by sailing merchant ships, opening deposits. It's the same information as above. Businesses are a new gameplay system that lets you build a trading empire that works for you and changes the game world. The game handles all the accounting for you. You no longer need to collect interest and business income by hand, and payments can be postponed. This is one of the best things right here. You no longer need to collect interest. That's so nice. You don't have to sail around the Caribbean to collect interest from your banks in order to be able to continue to pay for your fleet. That's such a nice touch. Success at sea can now be made permanent by investing your capital in production or banks. You no longer have to grind endlessly to buy yourself time for free play or the story. The world's economy variants are now randomized. Trade routes and your standing in colonies change with every new game. Information about the world, and that increases replayability right there. Information about the world, your capital, and colony progression all come together in complete new screen, and you can ignore all of this if you want. Economy difficulty can be lowered or raised. Bonus, we are done with the overview for the new economy, and now let's build a couple of characters around it. Accountant, money makes money. Ah, beautiful. The intellectual trait cuts your combat damage by 35%, but grants an additional skill point every time the character levels up or ranks up. Chess grants that same bonus to officers. The result is a captain who develops faster as a specialist, while fighting, gunnery, and sailing can increasingly be left to people hired specifically for those jobs. Then the accountant's own perks come into play. Golden Tongue increases the turnover limit by 25%, and local trade reputation gain by 5%. Monchestrians, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that word. Doctrine lets you own 2 additional businesses and sell the goods they produce for 15% more. That makes making a profit a lot easier. During the first weeks, explore the Caribbean and discover new colonies, look for routes, trade within the turnover limit. I think I need to reread about turnover limit to better make sure I fully grasp that. Build local trade reputation, run even I think that's just like the limit before the profit starts to drop. I think it's like you can sell up to a certain amount, and then gradually the profit goes down as you continue to sell that same product. Is what the turnover limit I think is. Build local trade reputation, run even larger shipments through your favorite ports, and put your first serious capital into a merchant ship. Then into bank deposits and businesses in the right season, of course. How are seasons going to play into businesses? I'm curious. Higher sale prices help businesses pay for themselves faster and weather bad months. Then the snowball starts rolling. Trade, local trade reputation, higher turnover limit, capital businesses, higher profits, even more capital. Eventually, the monthly summary shows that your shore-based holdings can cover the monthly upkeep of a ship of the line. The accountant has won. Time to stop working. Rogue, economics through violence. The rogue's road to financial independence can be even shorter, provided he robs a few accountants at sea. In a straight fight, the rogue starts out behind dedicated combat backstories, so let's tune him for boarding actions. Take the short-tempered trait and hammer throw as a hobby. Okay, so they're basically giving you an idea of like different character builds of how that you can take advantage of your backstory combined with your character build. So you got your background here, and then like chess hobby was the way that you could get officers to kind of like level up quicker. And how intellectual played into it as well. So with rogue, highest critical damage, treasure is much more valuable. Sell stolen goods and ships as legitimate. So yes, there's no devaluing of stolen goods anyways, but being able to sell them as legitimate just means like I think it's that you get the experience from it as commerce. It's seen as commerce rather than as a stolen good that just doesn't give you the commerce XP without the sharp decline. Throwing, hurling heavy weights, and other exercises that leave your hands shaking. Let's see what it says about hammer throw. Enemies at full health take 25% more damage from you, while melee critical hits deal another plus 20% damage. Knock enemies back and drain their energy. That's from the rogue. I thought they said they weren't combat focused. That sounds pretty combat focused to me. Let's see. The personal perk Opportunist keeps scaling this build through Streetwise. Every 2 points of Streetwise grants plus 1% melee critical damage Every 4 grants plus 2% backstab damage, and every 20 grants plus 1% melee critical chance. So this is more of a scaling character is what they're saying. So he's not going to be as strong early out as a combat focused character from the beginning, but he's going to get stronger over time. Head on, the rogue will still be no match for athlete, duelist, or sharpshooter, but treasure hunts and boarding actions, this build is more than enough. And afterwards, the personal perk Raider makes stolen goods and captured ships count as legitimately purchased. Yes, that makes the rogue the only backstory that can level commerce without the usual penalty while selling stolen goods. Prize ships stop going for pennies too. If you get tired of hunting ships, there's always Treasure Hunter. Map merchants appear more often, treasures become more valuable, and that strong personal combat build comes in handy there as well. The guards around worthwhile treasures know how to hit back. Guards around worthwhile treasure. Huh. From there, it is the usual path. Deposits, businesses, you can even switch to a merchant ship for a while, give it a useful ship trait at the Dutch West India Company office, and put in your best fox face while pretending to be an accountant. The rogue gets rich fast, then starts explaining to everyone that this was the plan all along, and that's all for today. Okay. I'd love to see some of the combat focus builds laid out as well. But interesting. All right. That was chapter 3 of 2.0. Pretty cool stuff. All right. So before we get back into the gameplay, as usual, we're going to go over the comment section on the previous videos. We got a couple of comments here from Francis. Cat, you are shedding all over the place. I wonder why my nose keeps itching. Sorry, I got cat hair all over me. I just looked down and realized I've been petting her for a while on my lap that whole time there. And there is just cat hair everywhere. So Francis comment here saying, setting him free, of course. So setting the, let me hop into the game real quick. It's like the prisoners can be summoned to the cabin as well. Interesting. Yes, that is something I want to check out real quick. So before we get back into running all over the place, there's one thing I wanted to try out that Francis mentioned. And that is the fact that you can all prisoners to your cabin. So instead of having to run to the instead of having to go down there to talk to them, you can just summon here. Prisoner, and I'll deal with you as I see fit. I'm going to say you bossy Terry right now. I could drop you off here. I think you'd make an excellent slave. Resisted. So it's the same options as talking to him down there. As it is talking to him in your cabin. We're just going to go ahead and set him off. There we go. Reputation has increased to honest captain for doing that. Beautiful. All right. So if reputation goes up for that, maybe I could, no wait, because that doesn't work for the ones. I need to get more captain. I need to rescue more captains from ships I've sunk and then set them free for the increased honor. I don't know how common that is. But that was a nice honor boost off of releasing him. Okay, so the air stuff was... Yeah, I wanted to see if talking to them in your cabin did any kind of different dialogue, but it didn't. And setting them free, of course, gave us the honor. He wouldn't let it fall into enemy hands no matter what. Let's see what he was talking about there. I like how he got one shot and then he used the healing potion. Oh, yeah. The guy that I killed and healed after he got killed, essentially. He popped a health pot as soon as I hit him for crit hit them for full health. And maybe being docked elsewhere isn't an obstacle for recruiting street sailors. I'm not sure. I don't think it works, but we'll try it out today if we come across some street sailors if I'm not at the dock. Hopefully that's not an issue today, but if it is, we will simply, carry on. All right. So we're still waiting on being able to work with Askold to get our pay from the last mission. We still got some time to kill before Morgan shows back up. However, we did get the opportunity to let's see here. Any of our guys overloaded? No. Okay, good. 25, 94. So all of our ships are full back up, except ours is just a little bit under being max full. We're in a very good spot now. We couldn't do Askold's thing. So we're going to try and figure out settlement management now. That's going to require me to capture a settlement. We've got most of them pretty happy with us again, so I feel like sacking one settlement's not going to piss them off too much. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I can't remember what the second one was that Francis mentioned, but one of the ones he mentioned that I should capture before the end was, just looking at the flag there. What is that flag? Okay, that's just the Dutch flag. Just looks weird. Was Belize. Not quite sure why, but I'd be happy to take Belize. So we're going to go ahead and do that. No, my rep just dropped a good fellow. Why did it just go down so much? I don't know. I guess it had just gotten over the bar between one and the other.
We've got company, Captain.
Brother of the coast. Where is the little boat? The hell? I don't see them. Well, that's weird. Odd. All right, here we go. Yes, pay the mill. What we got now? 5 mil on us. All right. Yeah, come up the shoreline and hopefully park my fleet in front of the fort when we come out of the global map here.
I see a pennant.
Really? Keg's in the way. Oh my god. What was that? That was weird. I put my fleet right on, or my ships right on the coast here. Like, wait, what? Why are they so on the shore? And why are these guys not hostile towards me? Actually, I'm a bit confused. This is a Spanish settlement. I've got my French flag raised. They should be immediately hostile towards me. But for some reason, they're not. I could even just moor at the port. Huh. Maybe when I leave, it'll recognize it. I think the barrel interaction might have messed it up a bit. Let's see. Oh, they're still not hostile to me. Oh! I know why. Recently, the French and Spanish became neutral to each other. Or became allies. That's why. I need to swap to my pirate flag. Anyways. I'd have to swap to my pirate flag anyways if I want to capture the settlement for myself. So... now we won't have an issue. Also, I'm going to want to go further north. My fleet was, like, behind me.
We've got company, Captain!
I think when the nation's quest line is finished, the diplomatic relations will randomly change. Yeah, and that's what happened. France and Spain became allies recently. And it wasn't right after the national quest line finished, but it happened to me yesterday. That's why I forgot about it, because it's such a recent change. I was just randomly sailing to Guadalupe to talk to Askold again. And I was like, oh, these two are allies now. And I think that was an eventual change because of the Spanish and Dutch going to war. But what's weird is that this, like, Spain in the National Quest line towards the end there attacked the Dutch colonies and captured them, or sacked them, because of the fact that they were helping France. We even took a French colony in, what is it, Port-au-Prince? We even took Port-au-Prince, the French colony, and then Spain and France became allies. So I was like, what? Alright. Do these guys have the right ammo loaded? I don't even know.
Load the cannibals! Load the cannibals!
Just make sure.
Load the cannibals! The left side, ready to fire!
I'm pretty sure they did, but... do a quick reload just to make sure. I just want to finish off this other ship here real quick.
The right side, ready to fire!
Oh, so close.
The right side, ready to fire!
Alright. Mayflower, go ahead and reposition. You've tanked quite a bit. ship of mine is this? The Sea King? Alright, the Sea King ain't been doing much this whole time. There we go.
Take no prisoners.
Whew, fort's out. Our artillery's out.
Rest in peace.
Me out there. Got him. A beautiful sight. Ow. A musket shot hurt. Really? I can't actually reach there. I do wish these ledges were a little bit wider. I can't reach anybody else. Oh, wait, we can.
Take no prisoners.
Hey, you shot me. I shoot you back. Back here. Stop running from me.
Rest in peace.
Thank you. Alright, now we gotta go to the residence.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Alright, so from this moment on, the colony belongs to me, and if anyone dares doubt it, they'll be sent straight to hereafter. So this is where I'm saying I'm taking over the colony for myself as a pirate. Reputation decreased to swindler. This time you've won, but know this: our squadron will arrive soon, and you won't be left, or won't be a trace of you left. Keep talking. Colony now belongs to me. Reputation has decreased to excellent. Flag has been raised. Entry in the logbook. All ships have been repaired. Town of Belize is now ours. So, how does it work from here? So you can't do any dialogue in here. Inside of here, there's nothing. Damn, that reputation drop, though. Alright, so it didn't hit them too hard yet. Logbook, I've captured the city of Belize for myself. But what does that mean exactly? Speak aloud. Nothing here.
I'm all ears, Captain.
So we can appoint somebody as the governor of the town. So, is there an officer I would like to appoint the governor of Belize? Well, we do have an extra governor, or an extra officer in our fleet. That being Ermundo.
Yes, Captain.
So nothing here. Within here. Wait, what? That's not what I meant to do. So if I want to appoint them, I actually have to make them a fighter.
What will your orders be, Captain?
Appoint you governor of this town. It would be an honor. Keep order and prosperity in town, and I'll sail by from time to time to collect gathered taxes. New entry in the logbook. I've appointed Officer Edmundo Fabrega as the governor of Belize. Now, the issue comes from the fact that, as far as I'm aware, I don't have any extra officers that I can afford. We have James that has moonlighting skill. That's why he's allowed to do that. So I would have to intentionally maybe make fighters governors of settlements at this point in order for this to work. Or have more officers with moonlighting. I would just need more allure. So I think I honestly needed more allure. I shouldn't have raised reaction or whatever that, when I got that extra pirate stat, I should have raised allure. Unless we now have one more spot that I can hire a governor to, or hire an officer to, in a tavern. But we'll have to see. I think we need to leave Belize for a bit, and then it will be, like, fixed. I still don't know how you're supposed to manage the settlement. Like, how do I prevent them from taking it over? How do I get any goods from the settlements? Because I got nothing out of that. We actually have 42-pound cannons that we're now short of again. That I'm going to need to fix. Maybe if I just rest here for a day? I don't know. Let's wait till morning and see what it looks like. rest a few hours. Nope, streets are still empty. Shopkeep's still gone. So even though we've appointed a governor for the settlement, I don't know how we interact beyond this point with the settlement. Okay, so now there's some people on the ground in here.
Good to see you, Captain.
Buddy brawl, what kind of corsairs follow the law anyways? Enemy fleets are prowling around our islands, so a bloodbath could break at any moment. Questions do you have? I have nothing to say right now. Alright, so we do have, like, people on the streets.
Captain, not a drop. I swear.
The new governor is a bribe taker and a thief, but of course that's none of my business. Wait, what? Mundo's a bribe taker and a thief now? Interesting. And I can't enter the residence, it's 3:50 a.m. Let's wait till morning. Let's see if the streets fill up with shop owners or anything like that. Interesting. So it does play like the pirate theme music when you go into the governor's manse now.
Awaiting your instructions.
My skills let me collect 7,000 a day. Not bad. Okay. So we're now getting 7,000 a day in taxes from Belize. Now, if I were to go to places like the tavern, what's it look like inside? Now look like a pirate settlement style tavern.
We're always happy to serve our customers here.
Okay.
Especially the ones who aren't stingy.
So yeah, it
little
is.
peeps.
Trust your ship to us, and don't worry about a thing.
I lose the ability to buy cannons from a settlement that I've captured. Well, that's not good. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let's put some 42 pounders on this ship.
Greetings and salutations, Captain. Now, what can I do for you?
Interesting. So far, I'm not liking the whole settlement conquering aspect of the game. You lose the ability to buy cannons from the settlements. You don't seem to actually gain any significant goods when you capture compared to raiding. Raiding, you seem to get more out of settlements than capturing them. So now we're gonna have to go buy more cannons and stuff before we can raid or attack and take another settlement. And now we've got our Spanish flag up, even though I had my pirate flag up when I captured the settlements. Are they going towards there? They look like they're heading towards Belize. Now they're continuing on, it looks like.
We've got company, Captain!
It's trade caravan.
I see a pennant!
English Patrol wants to take me on. Nah. Not worth it.
Captain, by the time we're done with your ship, it'll sparkle.
They don't even carry 42-pound cannons? What the? Weird.
Hold up, Captain. Where were you rushing off to?
Could I technically take Providence for myself? If I were to attack it? Only one ship here, so good chance of sneaking in. Yep, there we go. Alright, so...
Stop right there, you dog.
I can see the advantage of maybe
Captain,
capturing
by
a
the
couple
time
of
we're done with your
ports that you
ship,
don't really
it'll
care about.
sparkle.
But if you capture any good trade ports, you're kind of like screwing yourself in a way. Alright, so we got some more 32-pound cannon or 42-pounders we can put on here. So I'm missing 4 more cannons. So you need 3. Give them 6. Okay, they're back to full. Then you need 3. Alright, so all of our cannons have been replaced after taking Belize, except for on this ship. We still need more 42-pound cannons for them. But not by much. We're only missing a couple cannons. So, if I don't need a place for trade, such as Port Royal. Port Royal sucks as a colony for trade. Like, yes, it's got imports for these woods and silk, but it pays less than other places. It's centrally located, but in every other way, Port Royal's pretty useless as a trade colony. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to pull my weapon in here. This guy's immortal anyways. Interesting that it lets you pull your weapon like that. Didn't mean to, guys. Didn't mean to. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, how are we doing in ammo? They should all be good on ammo still. Yeah, okay. Cool. So if I were to go, let's go global map to here, F5, change colors, and do this. Where's the fort even aiming at right now? Yeah, keep shooting over there because there's a gun emplacement there. Alright, I apologize, guys. I don't know what happened there. My internet went out for a second. Don't know why. We're back. That was a little strange. Alright, here come my other ships now. Just don't run into each other, guys. There's no need for that. What are you shooting at? Okay, so they're still shooting at the lighthouse battery. We gotta be getting close to taking out this fort's cannons. Oh, there goes my ships running into each other. Guys, stop playing bumper cars. My other ship's about to run into rocks. 100 navigation skill, and you guys still run into each other. Although I can't talk, I've done it. There cannot be many cannons left in this fort. Thanks for shooting my sails. Gonna speed up time now because there's not much left here for me to shoot at. There we go.
Take no prisoners!
I knew it was almost done. Got him. Ooh, a random chest.
Rest in peace.
Stop parrying. Oh, stuck on the stairwell. Cute. A lot of troops here.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
There we go. Next wave. I'm gonna slow down because there's a lot of guys here. Be efficient.
Die!
Why is he not fighting?
Die!
What happened there? I can't trade with officers here. Like he's bugged. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Damn. I wasn't paying attention there. I got wrecked.
Take no prisoners!
Alright, clearly we gotta take this a little bit more seriously. They've got more troops than I would have expected, even though I'm supposed to be docking, like, all my ships' fleets. This Port Royal actually is putting up a good fight. Well, that should be expected from a nation's capital. Settlement. Am I supposed to help your guy?
Death becomes you.
I can't reach that guy.
Die! becomes you. Rest in peace.
There we go. Finally got the hit on him.
Death becomes you. Die!
Alright. This fight, there's a lot of them. Why did it shoot my ally? I was aiming at this guy. I am out of stamina. I'm coming, Yoko. I like how one of my troops ran into the house to hide. It's like, I'm just gonna wait inside of here for you guys to finish the fight. I'm coming, Humphrey. You stop juking me. No, Humphrey. How dare you? Stop blocking. Thank you. Damn, we're actually getting outnumbered in these fights now. How did I take 5 Class 1 ships to attack Port Royal and I'm struggling to take it? Where are my men? No, Yoko! I'll definitely have to take a break from sacking settlements after this fight. While my fighters are going down their health. These guys are about to come up behind me, but I haven't finished off this guy yet. Hi. Oh, I thought you were squaring off against him still. My bad. All right. Yeah, you don't have any healing items left. Give you a couple sangrias. I gotta remember to give these guys items after this fight.
Take no prisoners!
Alright, at least we got some men with us this time. Unlike at the fort.
Rest in peace. Death comes in peace.
Ignore me? How dare you? Oh, I just got told off for ignoring somebody.
Rest in peace.
Don't shoot me. No.
Rest in peace.
I saw it coming. Good thing I saved. Come on, we gotta take the streets. Alright, so going up the alley with my guys did not work out too well. Let's go up and around this way. So we know they're going to be up the alley. So we're going to go this way and cut them off. I just got a double shot. Why do these snipers not have any guns on them? I don't know what's up with it, but I'm going to take advantage of it. Clear them.
Rest in peace. Death becomes
Alright, we've mostly turned the fighting. Who's left? A couple of musket guys running around. Got him. Oh, there's more. Get him, boys!
Rest in peace.
Whew. Alright. Clear. Gonna let my stamina go back up before we sack Port Royal. Really? Nothing on them?
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Alright. This time you've won, but know this, our Scourgeon will soon arrive. New flag has been raised above Port Royal. Okay. Oh, I think that's the issue. We're not getting United Landing right now. When I'm docking, that's why we were so short on crew at the fort, is because we did not have United Landing active because of John being the boatswain. I needed to take that. Next time he gets a skill, I need to make sure it goes to United Landing. Alright, well anyways, we've captured Port Royal. I have no idea who I'm going to give it to as an officer. Can I give it to him?
Word of Moscow is stronger than iron.
No, right?
Our work ain't easy, but hopes of spending our old age in peace and security warms the soul.
What are your orders?
So I can only appoint certain people as governor. So, like, he can't be appointed.
Stronger than iron.
Our work ain't
He can't
easy,
be appointed.
but hopes of spending our old age in peace and
But she
security
could be
warms the
appointed.
soul.
But obviously I don't want to appoint her because she's my doctor/fighter. So I don't currently have another officer that I can make governor of Port Royal. So how's this supposed to work? I could dock a ship here, I guess? Then make that guy. So theoretically, I could, like, dock this ship, and then make him the leader. Ugh, I need more 42-pound kin. It's on my main ship. Could I dock here, though? Because I'm pretty sure right now there's nobody in the shipyard. There might not be until I appoint a governor. So I'd have to go dock the ship elsewhere and then come back and appoint him governor. If I leave and don't appoint a governor, I'm guessing I'll have issues. I'm curious. I have maxed out commerce skills and commerce at 100. Could Fickler be appointed as a governor? Let's find out. He would make probably a really good governor. Go ahead and suspend you for a minute. Oh, because I can't make him a fighter either. So how would I be able to make him a governor? I don't think I would.
Good day, sir.
So no, I don't think I can. Some people can only be fighters, others can only be officers. So in Fickler's case, he can't become a governor because he can't become a fighter. Damn. I don't really have a use for him being on my crew anymore then. It might be worth getting rid of him if he's taking up a slot. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 are my captains. 5, 6 are my officers. 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, Fickler's putting me over the limit. I think. So if you want to colony manage later on, like, you definitely have to have like some extra allure just for having enough officers for doing this. What else do we have that we don't necessarily need on our ship? I mean, technically, Navigator, we could get rid of Maxim. I just don't think I have the navigation skills myself. Yeah, I don't. So having a Navigator, we kind of need. Having a Boatswain, we kind of need. Having a Cannoneer, we kind of need, because those are roles that I don't fulfill myself. Crap. I could go back to training myself as the carpenter. We'd go back to not having emergency repairs for a while. What do you guys think? How should we do this? I definitely don't have the Cannoneer skills. And what skills do I have besides trading? Not much. Why are my naval skills so low, considering that we're almost maxed out on naval skills? I feel like I just don't have a lot of them. Well, let's see if we can make Fawn one. It's not optimal, but I need somebody to play governor. Have Port Royal for me.
What the hell?
Alright. Fawn is now the governor. Let's leave and come back so we can see how much money he's generating for us. I don't know why my flag changes after I capture a settlement, from being pirate flag to being the Spanish flag. It, like, default changes itself.
We've got company, Captain!
Dude, I was trying to get back to Port Royal, but then
We've got company, Captain!
the other ship got in my way. Now I might get pinched here if I'm not careful.
I see a pennant.
A lot of people pissed off at me. All right. Colony is under new management. Is it the same issue in the
My
shipyard?
is at your service,
So
Captain.
no, we can actually get more cannons from here. Interesting. So could Belize just never provide cannons? Is that what the situation actually was? I have no idea. Alright, so what's Fawn generating by controlling Port Royal?
What the hell?
So, 6,745. That's almost exactly how much Belize was generating. Interesting.
Just carrying on, Captain.
Interesting.
Just carrying on, Captain.
So all the guards do in these islands is bitch about being guards, I guess? Interesting.
Greetings and salutations, Captain. Now, what can I do for you?
So yeah, honestly, I'm a bit disappointed in the end game of this game. As far as the whole, like, settlement capturing, management, that kind of aspect of the game, there is literally, I'm gonna say it, literally no benefit to capturing settlements. So going through the trouble of pirate questline, fishing national questline, fishing pirate questline, so you can capture settlements for yourself, I don't see any real advantage to it. Yes, you generate tax, but you're generating like 7K a day. You'd have to capture a bunch of settlements just to be able to afford it. And with there being no other benefit, that's a huge cost sink just to get a little bit of money. You get more out of banking than you do out of settlements. Actually, no. I think you get more. Let me see here. How much more do you get? So we're looking at like, well, even rounded up to 7K. So you're looking at 310,000 per month. So depending on the bank, you're getting more out of banking than you are out of controlling settlements. That's crazy to me. Now, what's interesting is, let me see here. It's like Havana, I have 10 million banked at 3% interest. You know, I'm getting 300,000 per month from Havana. I'm getting like 270 from Port Royal. So if I were to go to my banker, see how much money they're sitting on now.
There's no such thing as too much money.
Get 20 million sitting in the bank here. And I believe 9 million's the most you can bank here. No matter what. Even if I own the bank. Wait, what? 25 million on me.
A chest on your ship is not the best place to store money.
Yeah, most they can bank is 9 million here. So that doesn't change with owning the bank, which is kind of weird. Anyways. So you get more from most banks than you do from taxes from owning a settlement. Yeah, so I don't really see the benefit of owning settlements. I gotta go to the store and restock my ships. Let's remember to do that before we leave here. So what we'll do for now is we're gonna go back to Ascol to see if we can progress in that quest. Basically, that's all we've got left in.
It's good that you've paid me this visit, Captain.
Alright, good thing there's plenty of rum here and it's cheap. You can stock up on that. Food's gonna be an issue, though. When we get back to Guadalupe, we'll have to look for more food. All right. Let's head to Guadalupe, see if we can continue the quest.
We've got company, Captain!
All these ships are after me right now. Alright, looks like we should be able to. Alright, there's 2 ships here. Not getting any deception check, though, yet. Interesting. You took their princess? What are you talking about?
The sea is my home, and that's all there is to it.
Oh, all the ships that were chasing me.
My shipyard is at your service, Captain.
All right. You need 42-pound cannons. You need 42-pound cannons. I don't have any more right now. All right. So everybody else is good for the moment. Till I get more 42-pound cannons. All right. Askold, you've got the quest for me, right? Yes, there we go.
You can't even find a warm bottle of vodka in this hole.
I do, but you won't like it. The thing is, I've received word from De La Fontaine. So did he send the money or not? He sent a small sum, but the work you didn't interest him. What? The inventory list turned out to be useless, and according to him, the destruction of the Spanish expedition had a negative impact on European science as a whole. What would you look at that? Honestly, I'm at a loss for words too, but life goes on. I have a job for you. You didn't fairly compensate me last time. Why would I do another job? What is it this time? De La Fontaine dug up some old documents in Europe, which supposedly say that there's some kind of tomb on our island. Ah, so now we get to go there. Though it's not clear whose. We should search the island thoroughly and try to find this place if it really exists. Alright, I'll do it. Will my work be paid for this time? Don't even doubt it. This is a direct order from the patron, so you'll get paid if it works out. Alright, I understand. I'll start looking. I kind of already know where it is. In the cave. I just need to remember how to get to the cave. Guadalupe. Where is the map here? We have a map of this island? Barbados, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominica, Martinique, Tortuga, Barbados, Bermuda. Nope. Alright, let's see here. Oh. At least got her honor up.
Help me, I beg you.
You best empty out your pockets and get lost. You hear?
Not paying you. There we go. My reputation increased.
Captain, I am so happy to see you.
Still can't pull myself together. Would you escort me to the settlement? On, I'll walk you. It's back this way. Oh, I forgot to get the other guy as my officer back. Okay, take her to the tavern. On down from upstairs. I think this is where I part ways. Already got some honor from protecting her from them. Pretty sure if I take her to the Romeo, she sleeps with my character, or I spurn her, or a fighter shows up. And either way, I don't need the combat experience, and we don't need the other. All right, so that way leads to the bay. Back out this way. I'm pretty sure to the left leads to the lighthouse. We're looking for the cave. Pretty sure this is the bay, yeah. This is the cave. Yep. And then the tomb entrance. Gonna be somewhere over here. Here we go. There's definitely an entrance here, but it's blocked by a slab. I can't get in. So now we gotta go report back that it's blocked. Not this one. I hate the entrance for this tunnel. It's very, not obvious in this particular tunnel. There we go. Alright, so we found it, but it's blocked by a slab. There's some kind of action needed. Esco tasked me with finding some tomb of God knows who on the islands. Let's go look for it. I consider it pointless to fill the ship's log with entries about my dealings with Askold, so I'll stop wasting paper for no reason. Huh. So it's just gonna stop documenting the Askold questline at this point? Interesting decision. Okay, that was weird. I was trying to autosave, but it wouldn't autosave. Once I saved, then it allowed me to.
You can't even find a warm bottle of
How'd the search go? Find anything new? I'm not sure what it is, but I found an entrance to somewhere in the cave, though it's sealed. Aha, looks like you found what De La Fontaine is after. Damn it. I'm sure that's where the tomb we're seeking is hidden. We have to try and get inside, no matter what it takes. Easy to say, but how do we get in? Or how do we do it? You can see there's an entrance, but it's completely blocked by rock. Let's see. Listen. It seems this is a kind of tomb protection, much like what the pharaohs used in Egypt to keep unwanted guests out of their crypts. From my experience working with De La Fontaine, he's a renowned Egyptologist. I can tell you there's a mechanism nearby that opens the entrance. Usually it's some sort of object that needs to be placed somewhere. What kind of item is this, and where should I put it? Well, I can't say for sure, although wait, De La Fontaine in his letter where he gives the task to find the tomb mentions something about a stone tablet. I didn't pay much attention to it, but it seems it's important. So it says that the path to Leaf the Lucky is revealed by certain tablets. Apparently, there's an item we're looking for. Who is Leaf the Lucky? Didn't I tell you? It's his tomb we're looking for. Yeah, things are complicated. So, what about the tablets? Where do we look for them and where do we put them? You should look for them right here in the Caribbean Sea. No shit. You know, people bring me all sorts of junk, but I've never even heard of any tablets. So I reckon you'll have to search on uninhabited islands or along the western coast of the Main near the pearl fisheries. Or maybe wherever there are ruins of a temple the Spaniards discovered. Otherwise, someone who would have found those tablets long ago and brought them to me to sell. As for where to put them, I'm not sure. But I think there's a spot right at the entrance made just for that. You'll have to look for it. Interesting. Well, then I suppose I'll start searching for those tablets. I hope this entrance really leads where it should. I'm counting on you. Thank you for your kind words. Now, there was a tablet that we found in the Inca temple when we were fighting the Spanish in there. That I put away in the cabin on my ship. Let's see if we can find it here. It was this one right here. Exitotic Totem. I don't know if this is the one. But we're going to take it and try it out. Hopefully it's the right one. Because all the other tablets we've had, I'm pretty sure we've used up most of them in the city of... Yeah, Aztec City. Westline. We haven't really seen any totems since then. I guess got turned around, yeah. That's what I get for yawning. What's up, monkeys? Oh, he disappeared. I was gonna kill that monkey, too. Alright. That's the entrance. Here we go. Why am I getting no interaction anymore? Maybe this isn't the right one. Darn, I was hoping it was the right one that we needed. But apparently it's not. So we're gonna have to find that stuff. Of course, he doesn't keep track of anything anymore. The logbook, which is kind of weird. Alright, how do I get out of here again? So, I don't know what we're looking for now. But it talks about checking uninhabited islands and the western main. So we'll check Dominica real quick because it's the only uninhabited island over here that we can access. Then we can head over to the Cayman Island, check there real quick, and then we can head to the western main to check like temples and stuff like that. The only other thing I could think of is that there supposedly is another room in the ancient city that we never went into, which maybe we can access now, and maybe that's where we get the tablet that we need. I have no idea. But we'll run through the islands real quick, run around. Oop, wait, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I hit the more button just a second too quick. Just 1 second. I don't know why, but I was starting to get sweaty. I'm going to adjust the AC a little bit. Alright, so that's the other bay. I get the feeling that what I'm looking for is probably not going to be here. I don't expect it to be, but we'll just check it real quick so we can say we've looked here. Oh yeah, I gotta give my crew more healing items. Oh, we found a tankard. Alright, yeah, nothing here. Head back to the ship and sort out our loot here. And you're burning through my elixirs. Hey. About to get a level up. Alright, that's dealt with. So, we tried checking Dominica. I don't see anything there. I'm guessing it's going to be back at the temple there. I wasn't paying attention to what was in front of me. They were the French and Spanish ships that were chasing me earlier, but because of my relations, to, like, approach because they're trying to attack me. It's from they were aggroed from when I had the pirate flag up, but now they have the French flag up. I just gotta accept the aggro so that they go away then. So we're gonna go back to Imitique Bay. Actually, no. We're gonna go to... Where is the actual city? It's been so long since we've been there. It's San Juan del Norte. I gotta go through the first cave and then I can get to it, right? Or no, that's the Pearl settlements. The Pearl settlements. Maybe through Mosquito Shore I can get to there? Mosquito's Coast. Can't believe it's been so long I've forgotten how to get in there. This looks like this might be right. Alright, been a while since we've been in here. I know we went through here. That's where we got the pistol from. No, that just puts me back to fighting my way through the temple. These are just the rooms we fought in, right? Yep. Oh boy. I love that it doesn't matter how many times you enter these places, they're still deadly to you. Wait, I can't enter here? Or exit? Trapped. There we go. Center door. Alright, so that's not what we're looking for.
What did you want to talk about?
Main temple. So I guess it really does have nothing to do with here. I don't think I can enter anywhere else in this temple anymore. Alright. I don't have any idea. People I'd normally ask are not here. We're gonna look something up. So the tablet can be found randomly on one of the 3 deserted islands, Turks, Cayman, and Dominica. It can be found inside the cave on the island. It is big enough to be noticeable. If you want to know which island is the correct one, you can always scroll down and read the sheet to find Askold's information. Picture below, when you find it, take back tab. Huh. So it supposedly will be on one of the deserted islands, so I'm not going to waste time checking the western main. We're going to check the islands. So we've got Cayman Island up here we'll head to. We checked Dominica. I didn't spot anything there, but I might have to go back and pay a closer attention. But we're going to hit Cayman, Turks in there. Alright. I'm not seeing anything in here. So I don't think it's here. Before we do anything, I'm gonna... Wrong bay. That's the cave. So we came from over there, so here? There we go. Alright. Gonna save here. You go back here and check more closely. Dominica. Now that I know it is one of the 3 islands. I didn't see it, but we also just kind of like checked the loot spot and moved on. That's the tankard again. There's this chest spawn. Yeah, so I don't see anything else here that would suggest that there's a tablet here. So it must be in the Turks island. Yeah, I don't see anything. Checked Dominica, we checked Cayman. Let's go check the Turks island. Maybe it's there.
Corsairs
Whoa.
don't leave their friends behind.
Okay, so this is another, like, stranded officers. To any settlement of Spain. That's easy enough. Alright, so now we gotta find... It's North Bay. It's North Bay. Alright. Oh, there's something. Gold emerald ring. Chest spot. I don't see a tablet in any of the 3 islands. So I'm kind of stumped. We checked Turks Island, we checked Cayman Island, and we checked Dominica. Checked all 3 caves. I didn't see a tablet in any of them. Do I have any other tablets in my character's possession? Like maybe I picked it up in the past and didn't even know it? I don't think so. Because then it would be a quest item and it would probably be in my inventory. And it's probably not something you can collect until this quest line. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know how to progress from here because even online, it says that the tablet can be found randomly on one of the 3 deserted islands. It can be found inside the cave on the island, is big enough to be noticeable. But I've been to all 3 islands and I couldn't find anything in all 3 of them. We'll do one more look through. What I can think of is after this is like the devs might have updated it so that this particular quest line doesn't play out the exact same way as like this old guide I found online suggests. But I don't know. It's like there's no noticeable tablet. This is the same item pickup spot each time. Same gem spot. And there's just nothing anywhere else that I'm aware of. Anchored every single time in that spot. And yeah, just the exit, which you can't even go around that corner. This is it. And the other 2 caves have the exact same layout. Which is this here. Where I feel like a tablet would stand out pretty good. There's like the one loot spot over here. Nothing in it. And there's the chest up there. No tablet. Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I might have to do some research online. Unfortunately, I don't know how to progress in this quest. And this is basically it. We've got this quest line, and then we've got Bermuda to figure out to basically reach endgame in this game. Unfortunately, after capturing a couple of settlements, looking at settlement management and stuff, it's basically you assign a governor, you collect a little bit of tax each day, that's it. It pays out even less than a bank, so it's not really worth it to capture settlements, because all it does is it just costs resources to basically get a payback in the form of like a bank, which I don't really need because I banked enough throughout the playthrough to have, you know, sufficient funds to last me basically forever, even with this fleet. So I don't have any inclination to continue with that. So we're gonna have to figure out where this tablet is. I'll give you guys a chance to leave a comment on the video before tomorrow, and if not, I will do some more research online to see if I can figure out how to find this tablet. The only other solution I could think of is that when the game was like updated or whatever, that the devs made it so that the tablet is actually located in the other places that Askold mentions, like Maybe it's in a cave near the Pearl settlements instead of being in one of these 3 deserted islands, where it originally was. And we might have to go check some more caves. But in the meantime, that's going to be it for today, guys. A little bit shorter stream than usual, but I'm kind of hitting a dead end here, and don't want to just run around in frustration trying to find something. But that's going to be it for today. Hope y'all have enjoyed, and I will see you again tomorrow.